105, we them boys. Power 105, we them boys. Power 105, we them boys. New York, we them boys. Power 105, we them boys. Power 105. Power 105, we them boys. New York, we them boys. Power 105, we them boys. Power 105, we them boys.
Welcome to season 2 of the Sit Down on Power 105.
You hear that? Hear it in the background?
Turn it up.
Here we go.
Power 105, we them boys.
Wow. What's going on, Drew?
How's everybody been? I'm Don Drew.
Sneaker Sensei.
Welcome to the Sit Down. Jay, we are not in the studio.
Yeah, and it's kind of my fault.
Well, you fucked up your knee.
Yeah, I had a little knee surgery.
Little knee surgery.
Couldn't move.
Congrats to Sneaker Sensei. He's got a new little man.
Little Sensei, little Chase.
Chase. So shouts to Jay and the family.
Lots of going on since we last.
It's been a crazy 4 months.
Yeah, you know. We had some ups, we had some downs.
Yeah.
You know, for those that didn't tune into our announcement, it was a long path to get here.
Yep.
First of all, shouts out to the people at Power 105.
That believed in us. G.
Yep, G and his staff who believed in us.
Yep.
And got us on here. And we try to do some good stuff this season.
We got some big plans.
Right.
This is our premiere. We're just gonna kind of recap season 1 and where we were at.
Yep.
And talk about the little hiatus over the last 4 months. It wasn't relaxing.
Nah, it was
anything but.
Yeah.
And we're gonna kind of recap sneakers and the culture and
get back on track.
Yeah, everything that's been going on.
Get
and
back on track.
And so we're back. We're in a 4-5, Jay.
Yeah, we are.
We're back. And thank you to everybody that supported the show, continues to support the show, and will support the show with the new audience.
And also thank you to the people that didn't support the show.
Yep.
You just made us go harder.
Yep. And you know there was some like chatter while we were off because there was some like I don't know. I feel like the genre of kind of the chat format, talk format in the sneaker wave kind of exploded after us, and I don't think we were the first. I know OSD and his crew were way before.
Pick up to OSD.
Yep, shout out to OSD and all those guys there. But we definitely weren't the first, but we kind of came at it with our own unique niche.
Right.
And I do think that some of the momentum that we had carried through and other people did try and replicate. And I admit at that.
As long as I get a Father's Day card, I'm good.
Right.
If I get a Father's Day card, I'm great. But if not, then you know who you guys are. It's all good though.
Yeah. And love.
All love.
Always.
All love. So what's cracking, Drew?
It's a whole lot going on.
You know what I saw? And a lot of people remember this episode. I was looking, I'm rarely on Twitter, and I looked and, you gave a pump fake award to the homie Matt Halfell the other day.
I did.
And I know our fans that are on right now looking at us remember that episode, the one that when Matt Halfell promised us something.
He pump faked on the show, live on the air.
Right.
He pump faked on Twitter.
Right.
And he pump faked in the text messages.
Right.
So shout out to Matt Halfell for having the pump fake award.
Right.
Season 1 pump fake award goes to Matt Halfell.
Absolutely.
For promising New Balances to the kids and not sending them.
And the funny thing about it, Drew, is that I told Matt for a second that, we were going to buy it.
We would have bought it.
We would have bought the shoe.
Of course we would have. We buy plenty of shoes. Why wouldn't we buy his?
And he said no.
No, we got you. I got you. You know, it's talking about sneaker culture,
right? And
there's a lot of chatter and conjecture out in the world about sneaker culture. When I was driving here today from the city, I took the Henry Hudson was crazy jammed, so I took 10th Avenue to Amsterdam, went right uptown, and I was just kind of looking around as I was sitting at red lights, and every single person on the street was wearing new sneakers.
How do you know? First of all, how do you know?
I mean, they looked fresh. They just, like, everybody up and down Amsterdam Avenue was wearing a new looking pair of sneakers.
Wow. It's crazy.
So, like, when you talk about, like, everybody talking about sneaker game's dead and game's all fucked up, and, well, how fucked up is the game if everybody in New York is wearing something fresh on their feet?
Well, it's not, because they're buying them from somewhere. I think the methods in which we are now acquiring sneakers have changed. And I think that could,
people saying the mentions are loaded with people unable to find the show.
Oh.
Unable to find a show. It says just past sit downs. It would be nice if the link even worked.
Damn it.
We did expect technical difficulties.
Right.
We did. The link, are we even on?
Well, we're live right now.
We are live. We're recording something.
Right.
Unfortunately, nothing live on the site, and on the radio it's just music and a DJ playing.
Right. So let's continue the show.
Yeah, we'll keep it going.
We'll work through the
the kinks.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the horn.
Right.
And get this on. So let's keep on talking. Because whether it's live right now or
everybody catches it later, it's still a sit down and they're gonna get it. And we kind of expected as we went through this new format and our new home and some things that there could potentially be some challenges along the way. So we appreciate everybody bearing with us.
So Drew, you got a little Santa's list. Let's keep on moving with it.
Yeah. So I think the place I want to start is gotta be LeBron going home.
Right.
Like, how could we not start with LeBron going home?
Am I the only person that didn't see that coming?
Well, I mean, he was tweeting about Cleveland in February.
True.
He missed home, and he wanted to go home, so shouts to LeBron for going home. And, pardon me for being the cynical conspiracy theorist, but let me just throw this one out there. How is it that the NBA is the only pro sports league that hasn't had a player suspended or accused of steroid use?
Because it's bad for business.
So there's been no radio silence. Guys get suspended in the NFL every day. Guys get suspended in baseball all the time. And nothing from the NBA. And then LeBron,
who is the best player in the world right now.
The poster boy of a physical specimen.
Absolutely.
Is
pause on that, but you got to give homeboy credit. Like,
yeah,
he's built like a tight end in a basketball player's uniform. Like, let's give it up to the guy. Works out. He's a man amongst boys ever since he was in high school.
So LeBron is showing up in all these pictures.
And I know where you're going to go with this, Drew.
He's showing up in all these pictures looking wild skinny. Like he needs a cheeseburger.
I think that he wants to bring this new look, fast, up-tempoed offense to Cleveland, and he stopped lifting and started just doing cardio.
Fat boys be like, Bron is hungry.
No, Bron is still a machine.
Jay, look at him.
He's still a machine, my man.
Look at him in the finals.
Right.
Check my man out on the right though with the haircut.
Yeah. But
look at LeBron now.
But check this out. Maybe LeBron felt that the extra weight caused him to cramp up, and that kept him from winning the title, and that he needs to slim down. It's not uncommon in the sport of football for players to come in either bulked up or slimmed down to perform better.
And I'm not in any way.
Are you trying to say the king used steroids?
I'm not. I was just going to say I'm not in any way insinuating that LeBron James is a steroid user.
Okay.
I am, however, insinuating that it is highly suspicious that the NBA is the only sports league that doesn't have any air of steroid use anywhere.
Well, because it's not a physical game where, when I say physical, it's not body-to-body contact. It's not head-on collisions like they are in, football and stuff like that. Major League Baseball, they perceive that steroid use can, aid you in home runs and stuff. But I've never seen, steroids help your hand-eye coordination. Basketball, it doesn't help your hand-eye coordination. Steroids, it's something that we live with, man. It's here, before. It's going to be here after us. And you're going to say, oh, but the old guys didn't use it, but they were sniffing coke and getting drunk. So, if it ain't one thing, it's another. So live with it. LeBron James is probably on getting his cardio on crazy, and that's about it. He's still going to be selling sneakers.
Shouts to John Cushing for getting that link out. I know Jake Pulver got it out. I'm putting it out right now.
So the link is out?
So people are starting to catch the sit down. We got the link. We found it. We will get you guys the right link is on my timeline right now, and we appreciate everybody hanging in there. We see people picking it up. So you guys can go back and watch the first, 10 minutes or so. And if you missed it, we apologize for that. We thought we would have some technical issues. We're going through some stuff. Jay's knee prevents us from being in the studio, which makes it a little bit more challenging.
Don't blame it all on me. Don't make me feel like
you couldn't even get in the car and drive, dude.
That's true. That is true.
But
maybe after we make it big, we can get some type of chauffeur service or Uber.
Now, who are you, man? Come on.
Fucking Sneaker Sensei, baby.
Sneaker Sensei needs fat boys need cars.
So speaking of LeBron now, let's go to one of my good friends, Kevin Wesley Love.
That's your guy.
That's my guy. That is my guy. Kevin Wesley Love has agreed to
join the team.
Join the team.
Long-term contract.
He's going. He's what he makes. He's after a championship. I know Kev. He's not about the flash and all that good stuff. You can tell by the sneaker company he signed with. You can tell by he's all about his business. And this is a business move. This puts him in a position, even though he went from Minnesota to Cleveland, puts him in a great position to play in a weak East. The East, you can go 500 and make it into the playoffs in the East. You can be subpar. And he's sick of being in the West getting his head beat in. So salute to you, Kevin Love, for making that decision.
What are we thinking about the Kyrie Irving signature series with Nike basketball?
I like it. I like Kyrie Irving. But before we move on to the future Cavs, let's talk about one of the Cavs in the past. Did you see the look on Andrew Wiggins' face when they interviewed him about, when he said, I just want to play for a team that wants me?
Did Alvin Blanco put out a struggle face?
Yeah, there had to be an Alvin Blanco struggle face for that one. The kid was in tears, basically.
Welp.
Yeah, so welcome to Minnesota, Wiggins.
Yeah.
You're going to get your head beat in for about another 5 years. But, the East just evened out all the way. Last year, we were going to say, okay, the East is between the Heat and the Pacers. Well, Mr. Paul George, due to his horrific accident and, speedy recovery and prayers go out to Paul George. That was terrible. I wish that on nobody. The East is kind of even now. Now, if you want to talk about, the Olympic and that whole thing with Paul George and the USA World Cup.
And then Kevin Durant tapped out.
Just tapped out. After seeing that.
Tapped out.
After seeing that, I would have tapped out.
Well,
after seeing it, that was horrific.
It was
that
crazy.
Was terrible.
I'm mad at him.
No, I'm not mad at Kevin Durant too. Now, what I did hear through the wire, according to the New York Daily News, is that
drop it.
Under Armour is offering
How
Kevin
much?
Durant $30 million a year.
That's a lot of scuttle.
$30 million a year to sign with Under Armour.
So from a sneaker perspective, what do we think about that?
No, he
but can I
wasn't
tell
ready.
You, but can I tell you?
He wasn't ready. No.
His Nike shoes are wild trash.
I like them.
I don't know, man.
I like the 4.
The 4 was good.
I love the 4.
But everything before that wasn't good.
I love
the 5 was the worst.
I like the 6.
Terrible.
I like the 7.
Awful. Let me ask you on that foot. How do you buckle the midfoot strap?
Yo, I don't.
You just let it dangle in the wind?
Let it dangle, my friend.
Pause.
I don't pause that.
I pause. You letting it dangle.
Let it dangle. Like, I like his shoe. I like the responsibility. I like the hidden messages in the shoe. I love the art pearls. I love the creativity that goes into the colorway and makeup of the shoe. I think it's a dope shoe. Even though I'm on the record saying that the LeBron is my favorite shoe, next to, my favorite signature shoe next to the Jordan 3, 4, and 5. It's the LeBron. So, but I give Kevin Durant a lot of props. I think that Under Armour is waiting for that superstar to come over there. A couple years back they had some claws in Blake Griffin and couldn't put that to bed. They had, right now they're rocking with, Steph Curry is carrying the ship. When they first came out, it was Brandon Jennings who was the flagship guy. He had a great rookie season. Had a 55-point game, I think it was. And then,
I don't know if KD sells shoes because he's KD, or if KD sells shoes because he's Nike.
No, but you gotta look at it at this point. It's just that when it comes to the shoe thing, like, look at Dwayne Wade. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Poster boy for Converse.
Okay.
They put the burden on his back. He put out horrible shoes for Converse. Horrible.
I don't know.
Horrible shoes. Then you said, okay, you know what? We're going to call you up. Come work for the Jumpman.
Right.
They put out, they gave him horrible shoes.
Can I tell you, Jay, though?
No. They gave him horrible shoes.
In my years.
To the point, he went to Li Ning for 10 years.
But he was with Jordan Brand first.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, Wade was with Jordan Brand.
He was with Converse.
And then Jordan Brand.
And I just ran through that. And they both made him terrible shoes.
Well, Jordan Brand makes terrible shoes for everyone other than Jordan.
I disagree.
Okay, who's good? You like the Superfly from Blake Griffin?
No.
Okay.
I like the 28.
You like the CP3?
I like the 28 SE.
You like the SE was better than the full zip one?
I like the Mellow. I like the Mellow tag.
The Mellow's okay.
Mellow had a couple of joints. Signature shoes.
They sit on shelves. They sit on shelves and go on sale.
Because,
and then you know what happens when they go on sale? Dallas Penn goes into some store
and flourishes.
And buys them for $40 and posts them everywhere.
But you know what? It's not a testament to the shoe. It's a testament to the consumer. They don't see it. Like, my God, like, go hoop in a pair of CP3s. Go hoop in a pair of Mellows. Do what you're supposed to do in those shoes to honestly see where they're coming from.
Coming from my lens, what I see every day and what I've seen every day for the years, other than Jordan, the customer doesn't buy the shoe because of the player. And my fear for Under Armour, I want Under Armour to win. I want somebody to compete with Nike. And in my lifetime, I haven't seen it happen yet.
Well, Kevin Plank and those guys,
they're good.
They're good. They're good.
But
you know what? This whole Under Armour thing, you're not even looking at the full story. They want Kevin Durant back in Washington.
Your conspiracy theory is
they want him in that DMV.
So you think that he's going and he's going to play for
the Wizards.
For the Wizards.
For the Wizards.
Why do I always want to still call them the Bullets? They should still be the Bullets.
Because they are the Bullets.
They are the Bullets.
They are the Bullets. We're getting all torn up between names. Oh, you can't call them the Bullets, whatever. But anyway, it's this plot to get back to the heyday. He's going to go back to what he wants to go home. He wants to go home. He just wants to go home. Like, remember Daniel LaRusso?
Everybody wants to go home.
I just want to go home.
Everybody wants to go home.
I want to go home.
Guys can't live on their own anymore.
That's the wave, And in Melo, thank God Melo felt that his home was Brooklyn. Or New York. I'm saying he was born in Brooklyn, but thank God he didn't pick Maryland as his home. Baltimore.
God.
Jesus.
Dunbar
Christ.
High School. What a shithole that place is.
Oh, don't say that. One of the best high school basketball
teams
in the history of high school basketball.
But that area is awful.
It doesn't matter.
That's
Keep
the hood.
Devil in the hole. Big shout outs to Dino. And
Dino is. We had so much for Jay. Let's talk about that for a second because I think part of this show is kind of retrospective a little bit. We had so much fun at that Baltimore sneaker show.
Oh my God!
And listen, I hate sneaker shows.
You do.
I do.
I
hate them.
You do.
I really do. But that Baltimore sneaker show was one of the most fun experiences in sneaker culture that I've had.
You think so?
I thought it was. I didn't think every table was great. I didn't think the selection, if you were out there to buy and to build your collection, I didn't think it was the greatest selection in the world. But I thought it was the best celebration of sneaker culture I've seen in a long time.
You're absolutely right on that one.
And shout out to Dino for making that happen.
Yeah, we're gonna be down there next year.
We're gonna be wherever Dino puts on a show. We're gonna go.
Right. Just keep the devil in the hole.
Right.
That's all. Dude.
Our show at the Baltimore show, I don't think part 2 worked on mobile. We had some copyright issues with music and stuff like that, so we had some struggles there. But I think Power actually put some of the past shows up on the site.
Yeah, the past shows up on the site.
So
just in case everybody's just tuning in, we're just actually got the good link up. We're gonna work. It's a work in progress. Please stick.
Jade is saying you're coming across a little low. Speak more into the mic.
Okay, here it goes. Am I coming across? I gotta give a little volume. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So, what else we got, Drew?
Well, I mean, we're moving right along. How about Jordans sitting on shelves? Let's talk about that. So the Wolf Gray 3, the black and yellow 14, every color retro 2. I mean, Jordan's just sitting on shelves the last 6 months, maybe 4 months.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a shift in the Jordan thirst. It looks like. Now, is that because the Jordans that have come out the first half of this year are not so good? Or
I think that the market is getting flooded.
Flooded, right?
The market is going to see what happens when things explode is that when you young kids, when you go to school and you'll understand this, and us older guys, like we kind of understand it from the dope game to the sneaker game. Once supply meets demand, then it becomes a choice. Like you don't have to have it; it could stay there. Supply meets demand, and then it messes up the hemisphere. And what's happening right now is supply is finally meeting demand. And who is suffering? Those damn resellers, because now they're sitting on stuff, and it's terrible.
Can I tell you?
Terrible.
When the Yankees opened a new stadium,
right,
in 2009,
love that place.
They put out more seats and they raised all the ticket prices to crazy levels.
Right,
and they're selling less tickets per game. There's so many empty seats at every Yankee game, and Yankees in the old stadium used to sell out every single game.
Right.
For years. And now they're selling less tickets, but they're selling them for more money, and the overall net is greater. And I think Jordan Brand is going that same direction. I think they're going to sell less shoes, but they're going to sell them for a higher ticket price, and the net is going to be greater.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that
availability will be
but I also think
there.
I think there's great parity now in the sneaker game too. I think that Nike finally are putting out. And I speak of Nike because they're the ones that are running the show.
When you say parity, you're talking parity amongst brands?
I'm talking about parity amongst silhouettes.
Silhouettes.
I think the AirTech Challenge has put out some heat runs.
Nike's competing with themselves.
Yeah, they're battling themselves
and winning.
Because usually when the Jordans came out, there was also wax stuff on the shelves from Nike inline, but now Nike's putting out. I've seen like 4 or 5 AirTech Challenges that are dope.
Some are really good. I'm not a huge fan of that shoe.
No, that shoe is so dope.
I just
the new colors are so dope.
Everybody loves it, and I don't know. I'm not just trying to be like the antithesis guy who wants to.
You're a born hater.
No, I'm not a hater.
Born hater.
I'm not.
But it's okay.
I genuinely don't like the shoe.
And I also think that some dollars are going towards other brands such as ASICS, such as New Balance.
Yeah, they're doing good things.
And, the dollars are being spread around right now. And big up to that new Concepts collab with ASICS. That I just, oh my God.
Can we talk about Ronnie Feig is just killing everything he touches right now?
I wouldn't say everything, but he's doing a great job though.
He's murdering.
I think everybody really is afraid to say something negative about Ronnie.
Listen, there's a lot of shoes he's put out that I don't love, that I don't even like. I only have one Ronnie shoe, but that doesn't mean I don't have
any Ronnie shoes.
But that doesn't mean he's not killing it right now.
Well, I think from what perspective?
Branding, marketing.
100%. I think I'll go on the record by saying Ronnie Feig is great at putting fabrications together, at color blocking, and knowing where to place those fabrics and colors, and where to put 3M and what to be suede and what to be leather. He does a phenomenal job. I would like to see Ronnie step back and not take everything that comes across his plate. That's just me, because it kind of like thins your name. You know,
I don't think he's doing everything that comes across his plate.
But I think he. Oh my God, he
dude, think about this. He touches a Puma, it sells out. He touches an Asics, it sells out. He touches a New Balance, it sells out. Yeah. And then he drops the clothing to go with it, and the margins on the clothing are through the roof. The guy's making money hand over fist.
Yeah, and I agree with that, and that's great for Ronnie, and I'm all for it. But I'm just giving you my opinion that
you're just mad they don't make 40 loose.
If he made some joggers in 40 loose, I'm all in it, but he doesn't.
Not me.
Slim fit.
I can't wear nothing tighter on my ankles,
so
bro.
Go to hell, Ronnie. No, go to hell.
You know Ronnie's not going to come on the show when you're talking like that.
Ronnie's going to come on the show.
Is he?
Ronnie's going to come on the show. Ronnie's my man.
Andy, if you're watching, Andy Oliver, please put in a good word.
Ronnie's going to come. If you don't come on
Joe
the show,
LaPuma, put in a good word.
We don't need those guys.
Sit down, fans. Please at Ronnie Fogg and tell him we need him on the show.
I just want to go on a record and say Ronnie Fogg is a genius at certain things. I just don't think that he should touch everything that comes across his desk. I've been in people's offices and I've seen Ronnie Fogg makeups. Put it like that. And some things like, you better leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? I think he did a great job with the New Balance. I think he did a great job with Asics. Wasn't really impressed with the Puma disc. Love the 6-inch Timberland, but then again, it's a 6-inch Timberland. What's there not to love about it? You know what I'm saying?
You know, so Villa did some dope Timberlands.
So everybody's under this,
Well, hang on, Jay. Villa did some dope Timberlands.
I didn't get them, so I don't know about them.
You didn't see them?
I don't.
They did a navy blue one and an all red one.
I heard all the Twitter chatter, with the insignificance showing it off on Twitter, but I didn't get it. So, and I'm not trying to say like I'm entitled, but I just didn't get it.
Shout out to Villa and those guys for supporting the show.
Well, shout out to Villa for always supporting us and inviting us to their events, but forgetting to give us our bags before we leave. Yo, D, how do you invite us to all these events and then forget to give us our bags when we leave?
We don't. Nobody gives us bags.
Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
We don't.
Okay though.
That's fine.
I still buy sneakers.
Me too.
You can just look around. Just look around where we are.
Yeah. We're in the Sneaker Sensei style. The broadcasting live on Power 105 from the Sneaker Sensei style dojo.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here, but like we said, I think that there's other people that do great work. I think that Concepts does a great job with the stuff that comes across their plate. I think that given the right shoe in the right situation, Frank the Butcher has done some good work.
Packer does some good stuff.
Packer does some good stuff. Yeah. Packer.
We need to see a sneaker room collab.
Yeah.
What's Siraj and Hayona doing?
But you know what? I would love to see Siraj tackle an Air Force One.
Okay.
I would challenge Siraj. To tackle an Air Force One.
Siraj said on the sit down at the Baltimore Sneaker Show that we would do an episode live.
I saw it on tape. It's on tape, Siraj.
And then radio silence from Siraj.
If you front, we will put you.
Ask Matt Halfield what happens when you front on a sit down.
It's okay. Siraj is good people.
He is good people.
I have faith in him.
Mm-hmm. And I'm a regular customer at the sneaker room.
Yeah, but I've never been there. I've never been there. I don't shop in Jersey. I'm sorry. Maybe if you bring me out there, I'll shop in Jersey, but I don't shop in Jersey. I'm straight New York. Straight shop in New York. Shop in the boroughs. Support the people that support you. But
well, I live in Jersey.
Yeah. So maybe you bring me to the sneaker room one time.
I will bring you.
Give me that easy pass. Go see Jen twice.
Yep. And Mush.
I don't know who Mush is.
Mush is good people.
Mush is good people.
Yeah. And
Siraj give us 15 off.
They take care of the kid.
Okay, that's cool.
Pause.
It's okay. I like that. I like that love. What else we got on the agenda today?
It's Sport Blue season.
Yes, and those threes are crushing.
The threes are good.
The threes are crushing right now. That's my favorite sneaker.
Mine too.
The 3s, 4s, and 5s I live for. And Sport Blue has been missing from the game for a minute. And I'm glad it's back. And you can put it on everything. But I'm just going to cop the 3s.
Right.
What about you, Drew?
Well, I'm getting the 3s. And did you see the 6 yet?
No, I heard about it. But
I teased it on Twitter, but I didn't show them. I didn't show the people.
But you know what? I don't know who has the official picks or who has You know, because things change. You know what I'm saying?
I got the official pick.
All right. Well, let's see it.
You want me to share it?
Share it. Bring it out. Bring it out. I'm waiting.
It's coming right now.
All right.
Pow.
That's a nice. Well, you know what? That's a clean.
And that's not
shoe.
Team Early.
No.
That's
manufacturer.
Manufacturer.
That's in production.
In production.
That's a production model.
Right.
Okay.
That's not a Kicks or Die special.
Right. Oh, shout out to Kicks or Die for being such a loser. You're a loser, bro.
Oh boy. Here's another look at it.
That's
the
clean.
6.
That's clean.
It is clean.
That's clean. I don't like the way 6 fit me, but that's a clean shoe.
I like the 6s.
So I'm getting the 3s. So all you guys that think
here's one more look
and gonna cop all the 3s, you're not. That's a dope shoe.
Yeah.
That's a dope shoe.
I dig it. On my 6s, I put the lace lock at the bottom.
Okay, so
that's just my thing.
I'm different. All right.
Yeah.
What else is going on? You know, can I say something else? What I've noticed is that there's a sneaker show
Too many
week.
I hate them.
Every week.
Too many.
I only mess with a couple of sneaker shows.
Watered down.
I mess with a couple of sneaker shows.
I can't.
There's only a couple people in New York. I mess with a sneaker show. I mess with the Ultimate Sneaker Expo.
I don't.
Big shout to Sherrod, DJ Sherrod.
Okay.
Big shout to Clark Kent.
Clark is cool people.
Big bro, you know they do that. And I mess with Soul Chasers.
I don't mess with any of those guys.
Big shout out to the homie Chris Lee.
I mess with
Soul Chasers.
Baltimore Sneaker Show.
Oh,
Dino.
I'm talking about New York. I'm talking about.
That's the only one.
Yeah, those are the only people I mess with. You know what? Because they really respect the culture. I feel, and they put on a good show. You gotta go to Ultimate Sneaker Expo. You gonna go with me?
Nah, I don't know.
And they're doing one in Westchester too.
I'm not going.
Yeah, but I've seen that they've had shows, like 2 shows on the same day in the same state. Like, what's going on?
I don't know.
Can I ask you another question?
Ask me everything.
How many pairs of Yeezys Red Octobers did they really make?
Oh, I don't know.
Because
Matt SOS will be able to tell us.
Because Sneaker Yeti seems to have all of them, and he's claimed there's a restock.
I can't believe
what the LeBrons. A restock. He has a restock of what the LeBrons. Nobody else would him. Like, what is going on, Drew? What?
I can't believe people still buy shoes from those guys.
They do. They don't care.
It's unbelievable.
They don't.
But listen, if you buy shoes that are fake and you know they're fake and you don't care, good.
I don't have no problem with that. There's some chicks that buy fake red bottoms and buy fake bags and they know it's fake.
Right. But fine.
Where I run into the problem is when you try to front like it's real. That's where I run into the problem.
Right.
That's where I run into the problem. When you front like it's real, you can't do that. Now, with the new season coming up, basketball season, a lot of trades. What shoe are you anticipating? Well,
I want to see. I haven't laid eyes on the Kyrie and the James Harden signatures yet.
First of all,
I haven't seen them.
First of all, you know that there's a couple of new signees. You know that Jabari went to Jordan.
I don't care about that.
Whoa. Okay.
Go ahead. Keep going.
I
want to see Jordan Brand. I really want. I love Jordan Brand. I want to see them make a Jordan other shoe for a signature athlete other than Mike. Great. And I haven't seen a great one yet.
I think they made strides with the Melo 10, technology-wise.
But I'm talking, give me something aesthetically.
My
fat ass isn't playing basketball.
Yeah, so stick to fucking Docksiders or whatever.
Come on, man.
Like, what the hell? We're talking about
I need Jordan Brand to make something nice outside of Mike that I can lean out.
Okay, to the powers be at Jordan, can you please take a Rockport, put some fly wire on it, and a jump man on the tongue with Drew? Drew like a Rockport.
But just seriously. Can we get an aesthetically appealing Jordan Brand shoe for an athlete other than Mike?
You don't like the Melo? You don't think the Melo is dope?
Is it great?
It's not great.
Can we get something great?
But some of Mike's shoes weren't great.
Right. But but all of the other ones aren't great.
But out of 28 shoes that he's done, I say 10 are great. 10 are great.
Which 10? Give them to me.
Come on, like
give me the 10.
Okay,
go.
Check it out. You got the 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5.
I thought the 8 was okay.
Okay.
I thought the 6 was okay.
Fine.
I love the 11.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with the 11. The 20 was dope.
Oh. The 12, the 13, the 1.
The 1. Okay, got the 1. Right. But I'm trying to list them in order. But
how about 17, 16, 23, 21? Come on, Jay.
There's a lot of misses in there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I think 10 out of 28 were dope. Were like absolutely bangers.
Yeah.
So when
how many of the hundreds of Jordan other shoes were bangers?
That's
0.
That's tough.
That's a goose egg.
So if you want to talk about the person who had the collection with the most heat, as far as like each model, then we're talking into the lower levels. We're talking Barkley.
Yeah. Penny. So I tried to get Mark Dolce on the show.
Right.
I tried to get Mark Dolce on the show. I reached out to Mark and the Nike PR people. And
you got shut down.
I did.
But you said you got shut down by one of my homeboys. He knows who he is.
I got the to quote Base LaRock, I got the polite fade.
Yeah, but it's one of my homeboys, and I'll talk to him. We'll talk to him.
We need to have Mark Dolce on the show because we need to talk about the signatures outside of Jordan. We need to talk about Penny and Barkley.
But when you talk about pound for pound, we're talking about wins and losses, right? So
yeah.
If we say Jordan had 28 fights,
all 5 pennies are good.
Right. Wait. If you said Jordan had 28 fights, he won 10 of them.
I'm going to say he won more than that, but okay.
But you get what I'm saying? Like when you look at pennies, as far as
he's 5-0.
He's 5-0,
and that's not counting the foam.
Right, which wasn't technically his, but
when
you look at Barkley.
Okay, so this is great. So what's the next signature athlete that's going to be that good? It's not KD, and I don't think it's Kobe.
It's going to be LeBron.
LeBron, yeah, but who's next? What about Kyrie? What about James Harden? Are they going to put out shoes that can rival a Penny?
No, because they're not superhuman yet.
But Penny ended up not being superhuman, but his shoes were brilliant.
Penny came up in an age where there were so many signature shoes in the game. Like, he came in the right time. Like, he came up with the same hopes that we had in Tracy McGrady and we had in all those other people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it just happens to be LeBron is superhuman. Kevin Durant is superhuman. Kobe Bryant is superhuman. Kobe Bryant, he's approaching those.
So let's come back to this question. This is a good question. This is a good one. And I want the viewers to chime in, hashtag the sit down or at the real sit down. I want the viewers to chime in. Does the player have to be great for the shoe to be great, or
no?
Or can a great looking shoe stand alone with an average or slightly above average player?
I feel that it has to be the perfect storm. It has to be a perfect storm.
Because when Penny was dropping his shoes, he was great. And Penny is actually remembered as a greater player than he actually was.
Absolutely. Because I think a lot of Penny's potential carries him.
Yep.
What he could have been.
Right.
And where he was. Because they assumed that when he left the game, he was only going to get better.
Penny, if he didn't blow that knee out,
right,
he was unbelievable.
Absolutely. But when you look at the shoes and stuff like that, you got to look at like, for instance, Patrick Ewing, right? Patrick Ewing moved away from Adidas, got the Ewing brand,
right,
and put that brand, which was an independent brand, wasn't part of wasn't part of Adidas, wasn't part of Nike, wasn't part of Reebok, an independent brand.
Right.
Phoenix was the name of the manufacturer. And put that shoe on the map.
I hate those shoes.
But he put the shoe on the map. That is one of the most iconic shoes.
It is. I wouldn't say one of the most iconic.
It's a shoe that everybody notices and everybody wants to marry. But everybody wants to marry it, and it's married to New York. But people in different DMAs, demographic areas, will wear that shoe. It's okay to wear a red Ewing, a green Ewing. Like, Ewings aren't just for New Yorkers. You don't agree?
I don't think Ewings are for anyone.
There's a lot of people that are buying them.
Are they though?
Ask Mike Packer.
Is he selling them like that?
Oh, he's selling them crazy.
That's somebody we should get on the show.
Mike Packer did the show.
Would he do the show?
Yeah.
All right, we should talk to him.
Then they're bringing out the Etonics. Some of my So my old homeboys are bringing back the Iconics. The Dreams are coming back out.
I know.
I'm still in the impression that big men can't sell shoes, but it's an iconic brand. So when you look at the players, it's a perfect storm. It's about the player, it's about the moment, it's about the shoe. Because listen, there's a lot of great players like Tim Duncan. Can you remember 5 of his shoes?
He had that one Air Max Posit Max.
Yeah, the Total Posit.
The Total Posit.
Total Posit, right there.
That's it.
But at the end of the day, it wasn't a Tim Duncan signature shoe.
No, it's just a Nike basketball shoe.
Exactly. But, when you look at that, you look at Allen Iverson, he had 2 hot shoes out of his whole
right.
He had 2 shoes. What did Iverson go up to 15? They stopped making the Iverson last year. Right? He had a shoe made when he was in Turkey. But he only had people only what did they keep on retroing the question?
So you're coming back to the player has to be great.
No, I'm not coming back to that. I said it's the time, it's the timing, and it's the move. It helps if the player's great. But you have a person like
Is James Harden a good enough player to carry a signature line?
No. Absolutely not.
So what are we looking for now with that shoe? Is Kyrie Irving a good enough player? He might be.
I think he is.
He might be.
I think
now, what about a guy that's the second player on his team? We've never seen a guy who's the second player on his team. Well, except maybe Scotty.
Yeah.
Is Kyrie Irving Scottie Pippen to LeBron?
In the shoe sense?
In the shoe game.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because if it wasn't for Jordan, Scottie Pippen got some heat.
Scottie Pippen put out some good stuff.
He had some heat.
Yeah.
He had some heat.
Mm-hmm.
He had some heat.
Pippen 1, 2, 3, they're all good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Gary Payton had a nice shoe legacy.
But he was never the second player on his team.
No, but I'm just talking about shoe legacies. I think he had a great shoe legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Payton did.
Nike.
Yeah, I think that James Harden.
Sean Kemp, Reebok.
Garbage, trash.
I'm just saying.
Trash.
I want another brand to compete with Nike, and I hope Under Armour can put it together with KD. I'm rooting for them.
Right. I want Plank and those guys to win.
I want them to win. I want somebody to push Nike because competition makes every industry better.
100%.
Competition, the consumer wins when there's competition.
Right.
In any industry, whether it be sneakers or cars or whatever it is, when there's competition, the consumer wins with price. The consumer wins with aesthetics and style. The consumer wins with technology and materials and performance.
Yeah, but look at CP3. Hands down one of the best point guards in the league, right?
Right.
Sneakers couldn't move a couch.
No.
No.
But that's Jordan Brand.
Right. Carmelo Anthony, right? Hands down one of the best offensive players in the NBA.
Yeah, can't sell shoes.
Sneakers couldn't move a couch.
That's my point. And you know what Jordan Brand does? Jordan Brand will then go to the retailers and say, if you want
retros,
you have to take all this other stuff.
Right.
And then they'll come back and say, okay, for the next year, if you want to get the same amount of retros that you had the previous year, just to break even, you have to take 30% more of the other stuff.
I never knew that. But that sounds like a strong arm. That's getting robbed without a gun.
Oh yeah, that's the hustle. But you know what? When Nike and Jordan is 90% of someone's business, and you're not even 1% of theirs, they can crush you.
But I think a lot of companies got lazy. I think they don't make. I think the '90s were the best years for basketball.
Everybody's saying to turn up your mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why don't you turn the volume up on it?
I'm gonna. Let me hold on a second. Let me see if I can.
Is it all the way over here?
No, it's right here.
Sneaker Sensei, turn the volume up on the mic.
Maybe that's better.
Is that better?
I think that's better.
We're still working this thing out.
So, like I was saying, I think that it's just I want Adidas to come back into to basketball.
Well, they got Kanye West.
But, that's
who's gonna
garbage.
We say Kanye West, and Jake Pulver right now is in his dorm room rubbing one out
in tighty whities.
What about
big shout out to Jake Pulver?
Shout out to Jake.
Big shout out to Todd
and Dylan. Jake and Dylan.
Jake and Dylan probably circle jerking.
Circle jerking on the Kanye West reference.
That's my boys though.
Yep, good kids.
Todd, what's up, Todd?
Yep.
What's up, Kicks and Russ? What's good, baby?
How about tomorrow? Jordan. Speaking of Jordan Brand,
right?
Jordan Brand, not tomorrow, because today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday.
Saturday.
Jordan Brand is dropping these History of Jordan 6s and retro on the OG Spizike.
I'll pass.
So that Spizike is like 29,000 pairs. In 06 it was 4,000. So there's your production numbers.
I'll pass. What was the number?
29,000 in 2014, 4,000 in 2006.
Yeah, I got an OG pair. Hold on a second.
Go get it. Don't knock the table over, Jay.
Yeah, I got you. Show the people.
Show the people. Hang on. Let me kill the screen share.
Here you go, Drew. Look, there's real dust on that, Drew. Look at that.
There is. But this is the true blue.
Right. What I'm saying, that's the first pair I bought.
I had these. I sold these for like $75 to J23 app because the midsole on old Jordans 2006, the midsole paint cracked real bad.
What's the number on these? Like, what was the retail?
No, these were 175 when they came out. 175. You don't have to check. It's right.
And this is supposed to tell you all the history of it?
Yep. And no, well, in the tag is the shoes that make up the Spizike. Because the Spizike is my favorite of the Jordan mashups was always the Dub Zero.
Yeah, but then they went overboard with the 6 rings and
too much.
Oh my God!
And remember, what about those awful Fusion retro Air Force One?
The Air Force One Supreme bottoms and the Jordan uppers. Like, that was the Jordan crack years. Jordan has a lot of misses. They hit a lot, but they miss a lot too.
They do.
So I think they're going to do the same thing with the whole Lab 5 Lab 3, 5 Lab 5.
Awful. I don't like any of those labs.
I got a pair.
But that Jordan 6, that all red Jordan 6, I love that shoe.
Oh, people are already asking $350 for it.
$350. If I can get a pair at box price with ease, I will.
I'm going after those Sport Blue 3s. F those.
I'm going to get those too.
Now, if the Jordan gods want to send the God a pair of red ones, I'll take them. But I'll tell you where my devotion goes to, those Sport. If you just look at the numbers of those, what's that? That's 1s, 3s, 4s.
Jay's got a lot of shit here, guys. I mean, he's got a lot of fucking shoes. He's got a lot of shoes. This guy's just, and he's got a storage unit. I can't even. The air circulating isn't good because of how much inventory he has here.
Yeah, don't get me robbed, B.
You want me to give out the address over the air?
I dare you. But I think Jordan. I think that back to what you were saying, and back to reiterate the point that you're always king when there's no competition. I want Under Armour to kind of pull close. I want Adidas to pull close with Wiggins and those guys. I think they got a nice group. They got Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
They got Wiggins. They got a lot of talent. But
right.
Can they do it? But I think that when you pick somebody, to be the spokesperson, you have to have a personality. Adidas made a mistake when they had that whole all-in category when they had Tim Duncan, they had Tracy McGrady, they had Chauncey Billups, they had Kevin Garnett,
Keyshawn Johnson.
No, I'm talking about basketball.
Just basketball.
Yeah, basketball. Like Tim Duncan was you ever see the shirts that Tim Duncan wears in press conferences? He shops at Marshalls and Ross. But hands down, one of the best power forwards ever to grace the game.
Mm-hmm.
Swag on zero, right? So how the hell are you going to sell shoes? The best Tim Duncan I ever seen was created by Underground.
But some of these
all
guys,
3M.
Some of these guys take the whole swag thing to a whole new level.
How do you give Chauncey Billups his own shoe?
I don't know.
Chauncey Billups has played in 80% of NBA teams. He's a swingman, a journeyman, not a swingman, a journeyman. How do you give Gilbert Arenas? You put the year that Gilbert Arenas had that injury, you gave him 40 SKUs. There was Halo, there was Hibachi, there was Gil for President. There was like 30 pairs of shoes out. He wasn't even playing. You took an L. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at that, it comes with personality. Who has that personality? LeBron has the marketability, the personality. Kobe had that. You understand? That's why he was able to flourish at Adidas and flourish at Nike.
So
now, but they're getting crazy now because 5 years ago they fed us this bullshit about, oh, Kobe Bryant can wear low tops because he's so. Now they're telling you that you want a riding boot that goes up to your damn kneecaps. So where's the consistency? Where's the storytelling? Where's the talent?
I want to see Under Armour come out swinging with KD. I want to see
but
the best
also,
marketing campaign.
But also get your role players in. Steph Curry is dope.
Yep.
One of the best shooters.
You know what I
in the
think, Jay?
Timeout. Steph Curry is dope. There's no way that you should not put that man into a shoe that fits his style and not give him the same shoe that you give the Grievous Vasquez.
I think we need to get the Under Armour design team on a sit down.
We'll go down to Baltimore. I know people in Baltimore.
Yeah, we should go down to Baltimore.
But I think they have good intentions. And
I think Kevin Plank should invite the sit down to find out what's going on down there.
I feel that if you look at Under Armour years in the game against Nike years in the game, they're ahead of Nike.
I disagree.
Years in the game. If you talk about from the day one the Nike developed basketball,
yeah, and
you put Under Armour at that point.
Under Armour started selling shoes in the mid-2000s.
No, but I'm saying, how many years have they been selling basketball shoes?
In the mid-2000s.
When Brandon Jennings got drafted, Under Armour didn't even have a basketball shoe for him. Okay, so when you you look at what took Nike to how long it took them to even become a talked about brand in basketball. We're gonna disagree here. Where was Nike? Where was Nike when the Converse weapon was out? When Converse ran the ballpark, when Pony ran the parks, when Pro Kids ran the parks, where was Nike? Nike was around. Nike was around. Nike didn't have no teams when Converse, Pro Kids, and Pony was running. Nike let And1 take some market share when they was popping.
They did.
All right,
then they buried them.
So you can't. So that's And1's fault.
It is.
You got to grow and defend. That's marketing 101.
And1 had a niche with the trash talk tees and the shorts and all that, and they just went away from it.
You had Kevin Garnett. You had Chris Webber.
Stephon Marbury.
You had Stephon in his prime.
Yeah.
You had
before he went crazy on YouTube.
Before he started eating Vaseline, you had Minnesota Timberwolves Stephon.
Yeah.
You had Latrell Sprewell in his prime.
Remember Sprewell put out the Dadas with the spinners?
And Chris Webber had the aluminum foil Dada.
Come on, Dada.
Yeah, like whatever. That's where they had.
Watch Dada retro that shit, and
they will. But you get what I'm saying.
I do.
There was a point in time where don't let the hype fool you. Where Nike was trying to bang themselves into that basketball.
But Nike has become so dominant.
And because they threw money at it, and they kept on trying, and they lead this industry in innovation.
They do.
And Nike is great at storytelling. When you sit down at a Nike conference and they explain the shoe to you, God damn it, if you don't think that you could dunk and do everything that LeBron James can do,
it's totally true.
When you get out of there, I swear to God, when I sit down there and I listen to them talk, and the lights go low and the screens pop up, and Larry Miller comes out and speaks to you about a Jordan shoe, and then they bring Russell Westbrook out and Michael comes out, you feel like you gotta have that shoe.
It's true.
And those other brands don't do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to see Under Armour do. I want to see Under Armour take Kevin Garnett and go
Kevin Durant.
You said Kevin Garnett, got it in my head.
Kevin Durant.
I want to see him take KD and go
put that storytelling behind it.
Yes.
Put that stuff that Nike does to even if you say KD shoes are trash, you are compelled to buy them because it's a story. When he did the peanut butter and jelly, when he did the Maryland crabs, when he did those are all stories that went back to him that told when Steph Curry drops a shoe, when Brandon Jennings dropped the shoe, what was behind it? Nothing.
All right.
Here's the shoe. Take it.
So
trash.
Let's
goodbye.
Let's start to wrap two ways.
Sorry, I'm a little passionate about this.
Do you got the sweat towel, Jay?
No, I don't need it down there.
Those lights are hot though.
Yeah, but we got central air.
I want to just kind of wrap because we got about 5 minutes. I don't want to run long tonight.
No.
So two things. Did you see the roasting that Corgi put on that sucker kid?
Oh, with the money? Oh, that was crazy. He took his dad's mortgage money and laid it out on the bed and just said, like, like the kid, like I said in my comment, I said, like, unless you can show me some titles and deeds, all your sneaker flip money while you're living with mom and dad don't mean nothing, bro. I could flip sneakers and live at home and have a rack.
There's nothing more funny to me, and maybe my sense of humor is simple, than when Corgi just roasts some unsuspecting dope on Instagram.
But can I tell you something also? Like, this sneaker game is giving nobodies a platform to stand up and try to be somebody. Like, and I agree with the people that say, like, the sneaker culture, it's a culture. It was a subculture that turned into a culture that needed to be respected because it's deeper than just going into shoes. It's a major stay in neighborhoods. It's an identification of who you are, where you're from, what you stand for, can be told by your shoes. And I think that a lot of nobodies, and it's due to the digital revolution, use the sneaker culture as a soapbox to be somebody. Because you know what? If there were stick-up kids that were roaming streets free like they were in the 80s and 90s, a lot of these dudes that are carrying around this money and flipping this money on Instagram wouldn't be doing it, and you wouldn't be wearing Yeezys and wouldn't be wearing what the LeBrons, because if you couldn't defend yourself when you wore those, you wouldn't wear them. But we live in a different age and time right now, and these young suburban kids who know nothing about the streets want to get up on Instagram and put a couple of $1,000s on a bed and say, this is what I got for flipping it. You're disrespecting the culture that we're trying to rebuild. It's not a culture anymore, but you're disrespecting the culture, and you're disrespecting people who really have a passion for this. So for that, whoever does that, you're suckers. I said it, I meant it. They are.
And that's that.
That's that.
So, and I think that brings us to what our goal here is for season 2 of the Sit Down. And we really want to bring the sneaker culture to more eyes and more ears. We want to educate and inspire and innovate and antagonize and all of the above and entertain. Right.
And we're not right all the time. These are our opinions. Yeah. But we want you to leave the show and think about it a little bit.
Yeah, we want to put some thought to the business side of it and the cultural side of it, and we're going to talk about some other things, and we're going to try and bring some different people on.
We're not just here to tell you what's coming out on Saturday.
Right.
We're not here to do that. That's not what we do.
And we really are excited that this new platform and power and what they've given us here is going to propel us to do just that.
And now, because of this partnership, you're going to see more. We're going to broaden our guests, not just for those that are, natural sneaker people. But
right. Maybe even reality stars.
We're going to, we're going to bring in some, we'll have some musical people in it, some artists.
Yeah. Some
musical artists, some artists, some people, some movers and shakers in the industry that somehow, some way, affected this industry. I'm totally trying to get Steve Stout. I want Steve Stout on the show.
Jay said, under no circumstances will he allow DJ Khaled on the show.
Absolutely not. He the worst. Who him? What's your man say? Yo, I call these the Mookies. These are the Mookies. I'ma call these the Mookies. I'ma call these do the right things. Cause you gotta do the right things. They don't love you no more. Albums in stores. Fuck out of here. You don't get me started on that kid. Don't worry about it. I got something for him. Everything. Did you see the one we hear the Dornbeckers?
Man, listen.
I'm gonna call these the Supermans.
That shit is so fucking corny. I bet Joe LaPuma's gonna take him sneaker shopping on Complex.
Absolutely. Joe's gonna take him sneaker shopping. On Joe.
Mm-hmm.
On Joe.
Well, that's what he did. He took Wale.
He did,
but he didn't ask him. But he didn't ask him about the profanity-laced tirade that Wale left on the Complex answering machine.
No, he was talking to somebody too. They had a phone conversation.
No, it was an answering machine. Was it a conversation?
It was a conversation.
But he had him. He should have asked him.
Well,
Joe, why didn't he ask him?
No, because Wale shook down some poor writer. Like, that's not. You don't get no cool points for that.
Like,
you don't shake down writers.
They were in a sneaker shop in Florida. Joe couldn't have been like, yo, what's up with that answering machine?
But Joe is your man. Joe is my man. So,
yeah, Joe's cool people.
Joe had a reason for everything. Joe probably asked him over lunch. Joe, Wale said, I don't want to talk about it. You see my resume? You see me at wrestling shows? I approach people. And Joe's like, okay, I'm good with that. Because Joe's not a confrontational type of guy.
Jake Pulver's complaining that we didn't recap the last 4 months. I thought this was a pretty entertaining show.
Jake Pulver, go iron your T-shirt. How about that?
Jake wears a medium white tee.
How do you have a
Hanes from Target?
How do you have a tight tee with bacon neck? You cannot have a tight tee with bacon neck. I love you, Jake. Yo, you my man, 50 grand, but you had a tight tee on bacon neck. What else do we have to shout out? Let's just get our shout outs out the way right now. Since we're officially back.
Why do we got to shout anybody out?
Because I like to give people, praise.
How we shout everybody out now? That's the show.
Just the people.
The sit down on Power 105, home of the shout out.
Yeah, I just like to give, I like to give people a level of respect because they respect us. Just the people that respect us.
But they know who they are.
And you know what? Speaking of Corgi,
Go ahead.
Corgi and I have a mutual friend.
Go ahead.
That has been camouflaging that he's an owner of something, right?
Is he pulling a sneaker box Clyde?
No. Ooh, that was terrible, Drew.
Let me stop.
Shout out to Sneaker Box Clyde.
Yeah, friend of the show.
Friend of the show. But he's an owner of something, but he just waits the tables. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
wait. I don't know. No, I don't know what you're saying.
I'm going to tell to you. But one of these things that we're going to do this season is that we're going to start pulling people's cards.
We're going to pull cards?
Pull cards.
Pull it right now.
No, I don't want to pull it because I'm
You teased it. The sit-down audience is hanging on for this.
No. Corgi knows. Corgi knows. We have evidence. We're just putting it together.
Corgi won't come on a sit-down.
Unless the Rangers won.
Right, which they didn't do.
We'll get him next year.
Yeah.
We can get Corgi on the show.
He won't come.
Only if we have pit bulls and parolees. That's what we'll call.
He won't.
We'll call Corgi's episode "Pit Bulls and Parolees."
He won't come.
Yeah, he will. We have a special guest next week.
Okay.
Check power1051fm.com for our guest on Monday. We'll be posting that up on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And
in studio.
In studio. We're going to be in studio. Actually, my knee should be to the point where I could walk, and I'll be able to get in studio. We'll have fun. Maybe we'll drag Angie Martinez or Angela Yee or See the God or DJ Envy or Pro Styles or one of those guys in there.
Maybe they should have us in a breakfast club.
Envy has a store.
He does.
He has a sneaker store in Jersey.
Yeah, Takeover.
Think he give us some discounts?
You want to know about my experience at Takeover or not?
I don't know.
It wasn't good?
It wasn't good?
Nope.
Well, Envy's a friend of the show.
Maybe when we get Envy on, I'll talk to him about it.
You got to talk to him. Was Envy there?
No, he wasn't there. It was a bad look, though.
Okay.
I stopped shopping there. That's what sent me to Sneaker Room.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about it.
Yep.
All right.
You want to play the music?
Should we get the music one more time?
Thanks, everybody, for watching Sit Down, Season 2, Episode 1. We out.
Yo, what?
Jay can't play the music, though.
I can play the music, but I'm just
wondering
why my Xbox just came on for no
Jay's
reason.
down here in the man cave, pants down, video gaming it up.
That's what I do.
You want to know about my experience at Takeover or not? Now you got the show playing back in our ears, Jay.
Do we?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Power 1051.
FM.com.
He's Sneaker Sensei. I'm Don Drew.
We're out of here. Next Thursday.
Here. Thanks for watching. Sit Down. Season 2.
It's a little.